The reason why I call these sessions height maxing is because no matter how our spines are compromised, and my spine is compromised with an 85-degree, very severe structural kyphosis and scoliosis, everyone's spine is different. And that's why we feel so isolated. We feel lost when we're not doing surgery or bracing. We're like, well, what do we do? Who can help me? Well, I'm telling you that you can help you. And over the last 20 years dealing with this, I've collected a lot of things to help you unravel, align, and fortify your posture to create a body that looks good and feels good. And I'm sharing that in this session. And everyone's spine is unique. So it's like, well, my pelvis is this way, my shoulders are this way, my pain is here, my pain is there. Everyone's slightly different. And you feel like there's no program for you. So this program is designed for you because although each one of our curves is different, and we must take responsibility for learning our individual curve, learning how our breath and movements can interact and improve and engage that curve, address our weaknesses and tightnesses. Each one of us needs to take that responsibility to know the details of our own posture, but we all share the same journey. Although our curves are different, we share the same direction, the same goal. If we are focused on maintaining our highest posture, we're going to have a good time. Today's gym, a bit more bare bones, but I think we're gonna have some fun here. I was gonna do a pull day. There's not a lot of pull-up situations, high bars. Hanging is great, but let's see what we get into today. I think I'm gonna focus on pulling and a bit of core compression, working towards the handstand. Let's jump in.
As always, getting started by connecting with the body, feeling it out, listening what's going on. And as I develop the methods that I use, I realize that more and more of this process is about unraveling. When we have an imbalance or a compromise in our posture, our body creates a natural brace. And you'll see here quite evidently my T10 vertebrae is wedge-shaped, which creates a structural curve. It's an 85-degree structural curve, so I have very, very limited mobility in that part of my spine. And it's been years of unraveling the tensions and compensations that my body naturally created to hold myself up. And even though I know that my progress in that part of my spine may be very, very limited, it does not mean by any means that I'm not doing anything about it. Many people ask me, oh, will it work for me? Should I be doing this type of exercise? There's no question. These are things that you must be doing. If your ideal structure, your ideal balance is compromised, there's some type of collapse happening, this is the type of work that needs to be done. There's no question or doubt about it. So in this position, I'm bringing my awareness to distributing my weight through my heels, which is really activating my posterior chain, forcing my posterior chain to work together from my heels to the back of my calves, the back of my legs, the glutes, lower back, thoracic. Working out with a mirror like this is very, very helpful. I'm making sure that I'm not over-exaggerating any lordosis. And then I'm activating my postural pyramid. So that means I'm elongating my spine by activating certain parts of my body. I'm activating my glutes and tucking my glutes down. I'm bracing my lower abdominal core and pushing my pelvis down. And then in the mid-upper thoracic, I'm extending. So like someone's putting ice down the back of my shirt. I'm extending, opening my chest. All these details are important. It's literally the difference between wasting your time and kind of just doing this thing for the sake of doing it, or going deeper and understanding what the goal here is, which is to elongate and align the body. Each row and pulling motion here, I have the opportunity to open and extend the thoracic forward each time. I can then feel the squeeze. I can feel the alignment happening. Glutes and abs pushing my pelvis down, thoracic pushing me up and open. Okay, we're going to modify the grip here. This is the false grip. You'll notice where I'm putting the ring, I'm grabbing the side of the ring and I'm tucking my hand over in a way which really extends the fascia. The fascia being that connective tissue, that web, that spider suit that we have. And when we place our hands like this, On a hang, start with that dead hang, get up to 30 seconds of a false grip dead hang. That's your first kind of benchmark. If you haven't done this before, this may be difficult if you've got different tensions and different kind of adhesions in your fascial bands. This will be very challenging. Use assistance with your feet or knees if you have to. And if you want to get some extra hang times and your grip strength isn't there yet, or maybe you're doing kind of an active rest, tuck in your elbows like that for a bit of a rest. So at this point, I realized that I was gassed. I was not generating as much strength as I was used to. I think for a couple of reasons. One, the day before yesterday, I did a pretty intense workout and I'm still feeling like I'm recovering from that. And the other one is that I haven't done this type of movement in a while, been working on other things. And as I get alignment and I actually elongate my posture, when I return to especially the pull-up, which requires the coordination of so many different muscles, all of our myofascial band, I sometimes feel when I go back to this pose that I have a completely new posture. I have a completely kind of new activation that I have to learn, new neuromuscular pathways, brain-body pathways that I have to learn to be able to generate the force required for this type of movement. So as you align, do expect that your body changes and the way that your muscles fire together changes as well. As you get taller, you will have to rebuild your balance and rebuild strength at your new heights. Okay, next movement I picked up recently, so this is my first time actually doing this, and I loved it. It got into a kind of a stickier part of my hip flexor, the psoas muscle group, and it really ironed out some kinks in there. So you'll see that as I'm moving through this motion, the goal here is to move the leg over the kettlebell smoothly like butter. If there's any type of restrictions or jutting and jarring like you're seeing here, that's work to do. And so it's about continuing to show up and ironing out those kinks. This was really incredible. You'll see as I kind of do some of these movements, I'm actually kind of wriggling and aligning my body, and that's really profound alignment that I feel. One of the benefits of having a very severe 85-degree Kyphosis is that I get to feel very tangibly when something is working. When you have quite a subtle curve, you may not realize that what's happening as it happens millimeter by millimeter. But in my situation, I often get alignment and I immediately feel the effects of that in my posture, and I can actually feel myself extending and elongating quite a bit. I've probably recovered about 2 inches of the 4 inches that were lost with a compromised posture. I've recovered about 2 inches of my height by doing these methods. That's why it's called the Heightmaxxing method. It has the benefit, once you get taller, you have more flow in your system. And our modern lives are too easy to flow through. We sit, we stand, we move around a little bit, and that's it. And so we don't know that we don't have flow in these parts of the body. So we're getting into positions like this. The dead bug, my lower back is attempting to remain flat on the floor here as I extend each leg slowly, steadily, with control. And that's, again, going very deep into the hip flexors. Loved this one. Because I wasn't feeling in my kind of like a strength day with the pulling actions, I've kind of moved to more mobility. You may have noticed that with this workout. I'm listening to my body and giving it what it needs. If my energy isn't there for an explosive strength workout, I'm moving to exercises like this. And I'm getting creative with whatever tools I have available, even during the rest periods. Here you'll see I'm using the kettlebell to apply some weight to my abdominals, exploring the area, looking out for any tightness, and breathing through the releasing of any tensions or discomfort. Kind of like a myofascial release, but also just making sure there's no blocks or tightnesses or restrictions in there. The core is obviously a delicate place. Here are some single leg raises for core compression, which is amazing for handstands, working towards single pistol squats as well. You notice the front of my legs, the core, as well as kind of higher up, it's all firing together. And when we have the scoliosis or kyphosis, we have imbalances going on. Different parts of our chain isn't firing, and so movements like this really expose any weaknesses, any weak links or imbalances that may be in that chain, and we're ironing them out. That's literally what this movement is doing, and it's amazing. Again, I was resting here on the bars and realized that the bamboo pole made a great pressure right on my T10 to open and extend the thoracic, whilst I was able to kind of activate the psoas muscles. This is feeling, listening for opportunities, and taking advantage of opportunities to generate new awareness, new understanding. Please understand that this process has taken years. I ignored compensations. I ignored that I even had a natural kind of brace. I didn't understand the concept that I had my own brace going on for many, many years. So I had to unravel that, which was a process of getting less strong, less capable in certain movements, and actually then building up strength from scratch. It's about removing the ego and starting from scratch. Here, I just saw that they had a head strap, so I enjoyed a bit of a hip hinge, activating the postural pyramid, glutes tucking down, my lower abs pushing my hips away, my mid-thoracic opening and extending, whilst I'm training a bit of neck, bit of traps here. Created some interesting G-forces. Obviously, be delicate with this. Start very, very light. Explore as you need to. And then here, wrapping up with the horse stance. One of my favorites for just resetting alignment, and then generating that breath in the sides and the back of the diaphragm with great posture. This pose, especially with a bit of weight to help me kind of sink into the stance a bit more, to really activate those glutes as I sit into it. I'm loving the horse stance as a way to really kind of ground myself, especially after a lot of kind of alignment work. The horse stance is amazing for bringing it back to basics and integrating everything. All right, so it's the next day. I'm definitely resting today after the last couple workouts I've had. Don't neglect your nervous system. Don't fry your nervous system by overtraining and constantly pushing it to the limits. If you do push it to the limits, take a rest day. Just get some steps in, do something you enjoy. Go surfing, play a sport that you enjoy, go swimming. These are amazing kind of rest day activities that keep you active, but also give your nervous system and body the time to rest. Make sure to click like and subscribe. Leave a comment here if you like, but I'll tell you, if you really want to have a conversation about these kind of topics, go to posturedojo.com. It's a free community. You can register, sign in. When you start engaging in the community, you unlock the entire Heightmaxxing protocol, which walks you through step by step each one of these exercises that I'm showing you here, giving you the tools, the mindset, the ability to start becoming the sculptor of your own posture. There's nothing more powerful that I could give you, and I'm giving it to you inside of posturedojo.com. I'll see you over there, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Onwards and upwards.